Good afternoon. Good afternoon, judges.
Good afternoon, sir. You are welcome to teach and win. Please tell us your name and tell us which class you will be teaching.
My name is Mr. Godwin, and my code is 017. Today, I'll be taking the topic, angles, from the subject mathematics.
Okay. Now, Mr. Godwin, do we know the subject? Okay, you have already told us, but what's the topic?
Angles.
You even told us angles.
So, Doctor, this is your question.
Mr. Godwin, what's your objectives at the end of the lesson? What do you want us to take back in class?
Very good, ma'am. At the end of this lesson, we should be able to define angles. Number two, we should be able to list the major type of angles. And number three, we should be able to draw the angles.
Thank you. So you have 5 minutes, and you're just going to press on that blue button behind you. That will give you your 5 minutes, and just keep an eye on your time. So if you press that blue button, then you can start. Once. Perfect. That's it. That's your 5 minutes. You're off.
Today is Tuesday, 23rd April
Yep, you can read that all day.
2024. The subject is mathematics, and the topic is angles. Good afternoon, class. Today we have a very important topic, and this topic is angles. What is an angle? What is an angle? An angle is defined as a measure of turning. How many of you can drive? If you enter the vehicle of your father when you leave school and he's driving, you get to your street, you turn. Then you get to your house, the gate man opens the door, you turn and enter your premises. That turning is what is called angle. So in mathematics, we define angle as a measure of turning. Today is going to be a practical class, and so we all will be involved in the lesson. I'm not going to give any lesson note. You are going to form your notes by yourself. Now you're going to follow me. There are 6 major types of angles, and we are going to start with the first one. The first one is called angle 90, or the right angle. And how is angle 90 formed? An angle 90 is formed when a horizontal straight line meets a vertical straight line. Ebuka, when a horizontal straight line meets a vertical straight line, what angle is formed? Angle 90. Fantastic. Angles that are less than 90 are called acute angles. Mariam, angles that are less than 90 are called what? Angle 90. Then we have angles on a straight line. The value of an angle on a straight line is 180, and it is called a straight line angle. Miriam, an angle on a straight line, what is the value? 180 degrees, okay? Then there are angles that are more than 180 degrees, but less than 360 degrees. Those angles are called what? Reflex angles. But of course, we have forgotten one angle. Now, what are the angles that are above 90 degrees, but they are not up to 180 degrees? Those angles are called obtuse angles. Obtuse angles. Now we are on reflex. Then the last I told you that reflex angles are angles that are more than 180 degrees, but they are not up to 360 degrees. The angle in a complete circle is 360 degrees, and that is the last.
Mr. Godwin,
Okay, ma.
well done.
Thank
I
you.
like your entrance.
Thank you,
You
ma.
know,
Thank
at
you.
one point I thought really you needed a walking stick. So that's got
So get the
that would have got
curiosity.
everybody's attention.
Thank you.
You know, I felt sympathy. I thought, you know what, this you must be injured, but good, good on you. I would have liked to see teaching aids or something on the board, because you taught a lot in the 5 minutes for the learners to take in. Okay, you showed you had the practical done as well, but then writing it down or making sure. You know, one thing you could have said was, I'll go around and see whether you have, you know, taken, because you're SS class, eh?
No, it is primary 6.
Primary 6?
Yes, and I had the charts for each of the angles, but because of time, I couldn't. It's primary 6.
Okay, so yes, them doing the practical would help. They would learn that way. But from my side, well done.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Doctor. Over to you.
Yes, my feeling was when you came in, I thought you broke your leg. So,
After
we need a physician, really. But, and when you came in, you were subtle. Then suddenly you exploded. So that was good enough.
Thank you, sir.
I thought age was catching up with you. I didn't know that there was a young man in the old man.
Thank you,
So
Prof.
it was well presented to me.
Thank you, Prof.
Yes, matured. You had the good dressing. You had charisma. You had the content,
Thank you.
and you brought in materials.
Thank you, Prof.
Yes, you could easily decipher what was put in each of these things because we held the practical section.
Very
And practice makes perfect, really.
good.
Really, this was really how to teach mathematics with, even with this junior one, they will fall in love with it. So I think it's commendable.
Thank you, Prof.
Time management was okay.
Thank you, Prof.
Yes, and the content was really okay. And I think you achieved your objectives.
Thank you, Prof.
Even though we'll have loved to see the more beautiful picture, but even you went beyond this one to give us this,
Exactly.
which we almost forgotten. So,
Okay, exactly.
it was a good outing.
Thank you for the reminder.
For me. Yes, and you are good on the notice board. I mean, on the whiteboard.
Okay.
So you keep it up.
Thanks, Prof.
Keep it up. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Prof. I won't say that my points differ from you, but anyway, we're still in the same ballpark, because where you had two of your highest scores for me was your instructional materials, your walking stick, your straws,
Thank you, Prof.
and then your content and accuracy.
Prof. So, thank you, Doc.
You know your content, but you're not giving your opportunity. You're not giving your students an opportunity to shine. Yes. You went through all your 6 angles: reflex, obtuse, acute, angle 90, 180, 360. I don't know why you want a 360, but yeah. For me, pedagogically, you did not use the instruments in front of you. If I could be blunt, it's very much old school. The only thing that would have been different from when I was, you don't want to know when I was in Form 1, Year 7, well, probably about the same time, I'd imagine, was maybe we wouldn't have used straws, maybe you wouldn't have had a walking stick, but that you had these instruments, you could have even used them more. Because you kept saying measure of turn, and you were turning, but you were not illustrating the turn. It has moved from here to there. And I'm not too sure how you're going to teach this topic without coming across a keyword that starts with V. You see, you've got me, I do this all the time. I've taught this for 25 years, yeah? A keyword that starts with V, you've missed out, because without that, there's no point of turning. Where are you turning from?
Oh,
What's that word that starts with V?
vertex.
You can't teach angles without talking about a vertex, because that's where you're turning from. You have to turn from a certain point. And apart from these implements you brought in, instructional material, there are other ways of making it more exciting. You can, when I teach this, I get the whole class to stand up. With turn here, I say, this is north now, turn and face east. There's so many ways of teaching angle, which is more dynamic, more exciting. So I'm glad you've impressed my colleagues, but sorry you've got a core mathematician sat here, and I'm thinking it's similar to how I was taught when I was in school. So well done, but you know what? Talk to me. Talk to me. I'm here. I'll always give you an idea, and I'm sure Dr. Egunjobi, this is one thing we'll do. We'll get to a stage in this competition whereby they'll be able to speak to us. They'll show us what they're trying to do, and we'll give them feedback on their lesson plan, so that when they deliver, they're trying to deliver something perfect. And because even when we do it in school nowadays, you know, before we'd say we're coming to see you in the classroom. Nowadays, before we go to see them in the classroom, we say, show us your lesson plan. Let's see what you're trying to do. We're not trying to catch you out. I advise you to do A, B, C, and those that go on to do the A, B, C probably have a very good lesson, or a much better lesson than it would have been. Some people try to ignore your advice or dismiss your advice, fine, and it comes out in the wash. Yeah, so I'm going to hand you over to Doctor. Thanks for doing what you've done, and thanks for bringing in this instructional material.
Thank you, Doc. Thank you, Doc.
Yes, I will share the sentiment of Dr. Mrs. Sampro, and maybe I will not go completely with Mr. Olapeson because I'm not as core in this field like he is. But then I love the fact that you brought 3 things to illustrate angle. These beautifully colored charts, like Prof rightly noticed. The walking stick, to me, that is creative. Because I would think walking stick is for walking alone, for aiding someone. For you to be able to convert a real life object like walking stick into an instructional material to teach angle, to me that is quite creative.
Thank you.
I could see you. I know that, of course, you can improvise, but I never thought that you could manipulate walking stick to this extent.
And you really worked with this stick.
Yeah, to the extent of doing up to reflex everything.
The reason why it came in.
Yeah, so I think I'm really impressed with that. The fact that your visual aids will take care of visual learners, and then this will take care of tactile learners.
Okay.
That's the...
Teach and win, my teacher, my pride.